Next up is The Blind Side. This is the true story of Baltimore Raven Michael Oher, and here he is played by Quentin Aaron. It's about as a teenager, after being brought up in a drug-addled home with a single mother, having a very tragic upbringing among that, and having pretty much nowhere to live, while being in a high school where he feels just unwelcome. He is brought in by a rich family called the Tuohys, led by Leanne, played very well by Sandra Bullock, and perhaps her best performance since Crash. Now, Bullock has done a couple movies this year, one I liked but wasn't great called The Proposal, another one that I hated called All About Steve, and here she really wins. Now, this is kind of an inspiring story, and it doesn't go over the top to the big game scenes, but there are a lot of cliches, and it really does lack quite a bit of character development here. I'll admit the character of Michael wasn't really depthful. I mean, he didn't need to have as much dialogue. It was actually necessary that he didn't have as much dialogue in this film, but a little more was needed there, and I just felt it lacked. Regardless, this film actually had some genuine laughs to it. It was funny due to its honesty. Now, the story was told in the way the story was told in this film, it didn't come off of the fact that nobody really changed, but yet I still got the theme that was going on here. It is a story about changing each other's lives within the character of Michael and the character of Leanne. Now, I will say this also, Tim McGraw, who's proven he's done pretty good in other films, is good here as well. I think he's got a future as an actor. Too many country stars try to act, but I think McGraw hits the right notes. Now, there's nothing extraordinary about his performance, but it just seems to me, I think that if he's going to consider acting a full-time career, I wouldn't mind it whatsoever. Sandra Bullock is really passionate here, and you can tell she's really having a good time with this. And I would dare say she's close to Oscar-worthy. Even though the film kind of lacks in certain areas, I did enjoy many of the lighthearted dialogue in this film. But the scenes in the streets just really weren't that convincing for me. Now, I'm a little on the fence here, but I'm going to recommend The Blind Side because it does have it is full of cliches, don't get me wrong, but not as many as most films have. It doesn't have every cliche. It doesn't draw from the handbook 100%, maybe about 50-60. But I can let that slide here. I'll give The Blind Side 3 stars out of 5.